Alright, nearing the end of our 8th note strumming with power chords. Very close to moving to the single notes here. So with this one, it is very common for people to have the upstrokes drift further and further to the next beat. So in my mind, I'm seeing it as like things are drifting to the right. So like eventually, you know, maybe this strum here is going to start hitting on beat 2 instead of being in the middle of beat 1 and 2. So just something to be aware of, something to hopefully you can hear that. And it could be a very difficult thing to hear. So if you notice at any time with this that you are strumming when the metronome clicks, something's gotten off. So you shouldn't be strumming when the metronome clicks. One thing that can be helpful, something I like to do is on the downbeats here, I will tap the body of the guitar on every downbeat, and then, you know, strum up on the actual chord. So that can be something to try. See if that helps you out. Quietly say all the downbeat numbers for this, so this way you have a better chance of keeping track of what beat you're on. It is way too easy, I think, to get lost on what beat you're doing if you're just saying "and" the whole time. It's a good idea to still emphasize the "and," but at least quietly say the 1, 2, 3, 4 as well to help you keep track where you're at. All right, 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Done. Right. Number 2. So this is like easing you into number 3. Basically, we have here is 8th note, quarter note, 8th note, quarter note, 8th note, quarter note, 8th note, quarter note, and then something to give your brain a slight break, and then it does it again on the second line. So you're essentially going like down, up, down, up, down, and away we go. 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. Done. All right, number 3. So yeah, work this up without the repeat first, if that makes things easier for you. Nothing wrong with making things easier to get this kind of stuff down. Nothing wrong with it at all. In fact, it is a smart thing to do. So again, if it seems to be too much of a pain in the butt, do it without the repeat first. Get that comfortable, get that up to speed, and then add the repeats. 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, oh yes. And this is constantly through all the first 3 bars: down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, So we got 8 quarter, 8 quarter, 8 quarter, 8 quarter, again and again and again, and again, 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4 and 120. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4 and 2 and 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4 and okay. So this stuff. Zoom out here. Alright, so inputting text in Guitar Pro, put the cursor in the same line for the chord, hit the letter T, and oh no, it's not showing it. Well, that display does. So because it's a separate window, technically the screen capture thing didn't bring it up. So yeah, you'll see that come up to enter the text in there. So yeah, just put cursor again for the D minor stuff. You have it there, E minor there, F, and so on. All right, so for the D minor, bring this back up. So you're going to go through each string and input the interval that you're playing. So very important that you put in, exactly what it is. So a very common mistake people make again and again is when they list off the intervals for one of these minor chord shapes, they'll say one of the notes is the third, and that's always wrong because a minor chord does not have a third, it has a flat third. So you can also call it a minor third. So with the major chord, you have the 1, 3, 5. Minor chord is 1, flat 3, 5. Yes, it is that important to say correctly because it's just, again, a measurement kind of thing. It's the difference between one thing is 2 inches long versus 1 inch long. If you tell someone it's an inch and they actually mean 2 inches, we could have some, structural integrity. I am stumbling all over my words. I think you know what I mean. If you're putting something together and it's supposed to be 2 feet long and you actually give 1 foot, things are fucked. So flat third, absolutely be extra careful to put that in. Use a lowercase b for the flat. So going through it, so you're playing it. First thing you hit is your open D string, which is interval 1 for the D, right? Then next note, that is an A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So D, E, F sharp, G, A. That's the 5. This should also be an extremely common thing that it is an extremely common thing that you've seen many times. That right there, 1 and a 5. Same things like right here, right? Here. It's just the start of a 5th chord or a power chord. So recognizing shapes, patterns like that, very important, very helpful. So this way you can navigate things way faster. You can write things faster. You can figure out other pieces of music a lot faster too. So anyways, that's your 1, you got your 5. The note on the B string is another D. So it's an octave of the root note, so we still say 1, keep it simple. Some people think you put 8. Nah, we're not going to do that because then things get silly. So process of elimination here, the only interval that hasn't been used is the flat third, but F on the high E string, yes, that is a flat third. So you can always double check it as well. So starting on the D, go 1, 2, 3. So D, E, F sharp. Well, when we flat that, we got our F. So boop, boop, boop. Yes, F is indeed the flat third. So Still would like you to input that too, just so you have practice inputting things, so you'll still have just the file you were originally sent. So if you have any questions on how to input stuff, any questions on, like, if you're not sure of what an interval is, whatnot, just let me know, or we can always just wait and talk about it on Wednesday. God, I gotta look at the calendar. I just saw you yesterday, and I'm already forgetting what the hell day of the week it is. Yeah, I'm a little busy. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I think that covers everything. So yeah, any questions come up, let me know, and I'll see you again next week.